Good evening and welcome to KLT's Garage. I'm Terry Ray. Tonight I'm joined by Ryan David Menghini. Hello, Ryan.
How's it going, Terry?
Good. Your first appearance on KLT's Garage.
Yeah.
All right. And so where are you from?
I'm from Roscommon originally. Born and raised in Roscommon.
Mm-hmm. Where do you live now?
I moved back
to Roscommon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you go in between?
I've lived in Minneapolis. I've lived in Los Angeles too.
Oh, okay.
That was my latest, was Los Angeles.
But now you're back to Roscommon.
Yeah, with all the craziness going on, we just kind of figured it was time to get out of that money pit. So
yeah, get back home.
Yeah.
All right. So is this your first album? Is it an album? What is it that you sent me?
Yeah. So I sent you the 5 singles.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be an album of about 11 songs.
11 songs. The
Yep.
first song we're going to feature is called Baptize.
Yep.
Tell me about it.
Well, I mean, it was. I was born and raised with my mother, who was a traveling gospel singer. So she was with her sisters, and I grew up around them singing all the time and playing, and it definitely planted the seed. But I didn't really get into music until about 5th or 6th grade, when my choir director basically just forced me into choir because he heard me joking around making fun of Pavarotti or something, and he was like, "Oh, well, we'll throw you in there." And so, I mean, after that, it was just
Here you go.
singing in Carnegie Hall, and then eventually at Weezer's Blue Album, and then I just kind of wanted to be a
Wait, you
rock
sang
and roll.
it?
Yeah. When I was in high school, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the first song, Baptize.
Sounds good.
We're joined tonight by Ryan David Menghini on KLT's Garage.
I can change if I need to. I can pray like I mean it, and I can say all of the right things that my folks only believe. But if I'm honest with myself, I'm quite content with the unknown, and I think that's what scares me the most. When the sermon fell silent, and I remember stepping in with the clothes that I came in, holy water soaking wet. Now the choir lights it up once more, and it's a song that we've all sung in the bathtub behind the pulpit. My father, he was so proud, and I saw it in him then. Will I doubt he'll feel the same way when he finds out just what I did? Say a prayer for me, brother Paul. But I know that I can't be wrong. It's a spin broken Jordan wrong. Whispers in the wall while I lay my regret. Hell with all my honor, 'cause I'd rather just forget. Still don't know what I believe in, but I'm bound to make a pact. Empty promises to Jesus for the chance he answers.
The rock station, KLT. I'm Terry Ray. We're joined tonight by Ryan David Menghini. And so are these religious songs? Is it a Christian album?
See, I grew up, in the Pentecostal church, and most of the album is me kind of struggling with that. It's mostly an existential crisis kind of a thing.
Kind of like what Scott Stapp from Creed went through. Now.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I am familiar with that, yeah. Kind of, I guess. I mean, it was, I grew up very religious and around very religious people. And then I went to a music college that was kind of doubled as a Christian college. And it kind of made me, I kind of saw the, I don't know what you want to say, I saw behind the curtain and I didn't like what I saw. So, most of the album is just me kind of like, not necessarily like taking a hard stance on how I believe, just saying like, man, I just don't know,
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything wrong. Yeah.
Grayling's one of your songs.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's I thought it was just a great song name, and also it's kind of loosely based on this night I had of heavy drinking in Grayling, as one will to do,
Grayling. All right. We're joined tonight by Ryan David Menghini on KLT's Garage.
Waking up with the daylight in a house in the middle of nowhere. Not quite sure how the hell that I got here.
KLT's Garage. I'm Terry Ray, Ryan David Menghini. So you go by all three names.
Yeah,
Ryan,
yeah,
David.
yeah. It's a long one.
It's kind of like serial killers do that too. Did you realize that?
I mean,
John Wilkes Booth.
that's true. This is true. This is true.
Ever occur to you?
Yeah, not really. not until now. But
You're welcome. Never Knew is another one of your tunes. Tell me about that one.
Never Knew is kind of it's one of very few on this album, surprisingly, about like a girl. You know, just a really rough breakup and kind of the fallout of it. So.
Okay. Never Knew. We're joined tonight by Ryan David Menghini on KLT's Garage.
No, it's not what I had said. It's just comatose inside my head. I never knew you want me dead. I'm barely safe in my own bed. Let it go. Well, you know what you did. It always was, and it always is. I never knew just what you meant by it. But love it cold, and I lie in it. It came apart, and you pulled the thread. I know it now, and I knew it then. I'm never cross, I'm never mad at you. I knew you did, but you thought was best. Let it go. Well, you know what you did. It always was, and it always is. I never knew just what you meant by it. Love it cold, and I lie in it. So tell me what you wanna do about the laws of sorrow too. I sorted, 'cause I sorted them. And I don't know what you're trying to prove, but I know I can't stay here too. I shorted, 'cause I'm sorted. And I can't marry you. And I can't marry you. And I can't marry you. No, oh, no. It's gonna break you down real bad. When it comes, throw it in a bag. No, this was never my playing by you, learn and wash your hands away.
It is KLT's Garage. I'm Terry Ray. Ryan David Menghini is with us. Do you ever play out and about?
I do, actually. I just booked a show at Tinker's Junction in Grayling on Friday, October 30th. I'm also playing in Christmas in the Village in Roscommon. But I'm always looking, for more opportunities. If you'd like to, if any of the listeners would like to hit me up, if you
do you do cover tunes too?
Yeah. I've got a hour to 2 hour set of like covers that I sprinkle in my own tunes with. And
do you do any U2?
Yeah.
Because you kind of have that first song a while ago kind of struck me as U2.
Yeah. I don't do a U2 song, but I thought you said YouTube. My bad. I don't do a U2 song, but I guess I could.
Yeah, you kind of had a vibe of U2.
Yeah.
Baptize.
I hear that.
Interesting. All right, we're going to go to a quick break. How do people get a hold of your music?
That is a good question. If you want to get a hold of me, if you're like a venue owner or something, that's rydavebpe@gmail.com. Otherwise, you search my name, my full name, Ryan as it sounds, David as it sounds, Menghini, Menghini.
And they can find you that way.
They'll find me on Google. It'll be the first thing pops up, all my social media and all that stuff.
There's probably no one else with that same name. Huh?
I guarantee it, no.
We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear more of the tunage of Ryan David Menghini.
KLT's Garage.
KLT's Garage is for 258 Tire and Auto Service Center in Kalkaska, or on Facebook at 258 Tire.
Join Terry Ray for lunch at the Leedsville Cafe every weekday from noon until 1.
Highlight of my weekend was watching all the beautiful ladies walk around in this nice, hot, sunny weather.
Oh, okay. You're watching the sweaty ladies.
And how about a little ZZ Top, Tube Snake Boogie?
Lunch at the Leedsville Cafe, exclusively from KLT, the rock station.
KLT's Garage is for 258 Tire and Auto Service Center in Kalkaska, or on Facebook at 258 Tire.
Hey, let me play you a song on KLT's Garage.
It is KLT's Garage. I'm Terry Ray. Tonight we're joined by Ryan David Menghini from Roscommon.
Yes, ma'am.
Roscommon is the biggest lake in Michigan.
Higgins it was the 7th most beautiful lake in Michigan, according to National Geo. And it's gorgeous. You go out there, you can go 50 feet deep and still see bottom. It's insane.
Wow.
Crystal blue.
Nice.
Yeah.
I knew there was some sort of claim to fame
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Power is another one of your songs.
Mm-hmm. Power was kind of my whole, a little bit of a middle finger towards Los Angeles, a little bit. I mean, the main chorus hook on it is there's blood in the water and endless swimming pools of sharks. So that's kind of how I felt when I was there. I kind of felt, they like your Midwest nice for a little bit, and then they kind of resent you for it, and then they try to take you down. It's crazy.
And then they eat you alive.
Pretty much.
We're joined by Ryan David Menghini. The song is called Power on KLT's Garage.
Flag
is the Rock Station, KLT's Garage. I'm Terry Ray. We're joined by Ryan David. Can I just call you Ryan?
You absolutely can.
Okay, that'll make it easier than saying your full name every time.
You don't have to. No.
Ryan. Ryan. All right, Ryan. So you mentioned Weezer.
Yeah, Weezer's Blue Album was the first rock album I ever bought.
Okay, so you didn't play on it.
No. What I'm saying is that album plus me singing Carnegie Hall made me want to be a musician. Basically.
Okay, and your mama being a gospel singer.
Exactly. Yep, I had the roots for it.
Is she still around?
She is. Yeah,
is she still belting out the tunes?
Actually, yeah. Anytime she can. I mean, she doesn't tour anymore, but she used to tour when I was really young, and that really kind of helped me develop and want to be a touring musician. Studio musician and everything. So,
what do you play?
I sing, play guitar, and the guy playing the drums and the bass on all these is my best friend and producer, Nate Washburn. He works out of Glow in the Dark Studios in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
And we're kind of in the talks of like doing maybe a B-sides. There's a couple songs that didn't make the album, and maybe a follow-up album down the line.
Did you record? Did you actually go there to record, or did you send stuff back and forth? Okay.
Yeah. I took like 2 or 3 weeks off my day job. Luckily, I had a boss that was pretty cool, and he let me do it.
Nice.
So I went down there and had a blast. Just hung out with, like I said, my best bud and recorded really, really good tunes.
Awesome. Another one of those really good tunes is called Things.
Yeah. Things is kind of like a fight the power type song. A lot of it was just me not really agreeing with everything that was going on, like in politics and in everything like that, and not necessarily trying to be a jerk about it, but also trying to be like, hey man, we need to raise awareness about this a little bit. So
it's interesting. Before you got here, I had made an assumption, and you know what they say about assume.
Yeah.
I assumed that this was some sort of Christian rock album.
No, not at all.
And I see that now.
There's a couple songs that I say some choice words that I decided not to make singles.
Oh, okay. I guess Baptize is what sent me that way. That first song we played, and then
yeah.
It just kind of put me on that track. All right, Things. Let's hear it. It's KLT's Garage.
I'm not the one you'd think. I'm a totem of better time. I drove myself to drink. I don't know what I thought I'd find. Something I could not see. With a toil of a sober mind. Encumbered sod I creep. I've been sold by the silver line. What did you think you'd see? Someone holding on to me. You would be lost like me if you weren't still pulling all the strings. Salt of the earth you bleed, though I know you were told otherwise. Self-righteous everything, never known when you've been told a lie. You're not the son of a king, and yet
This is KLT's Garage. I'm Terry Ray. We're joined tonight by Ryan David Menghini from Roscommon. And so do you have a website or you have a Facebook page? How do people...
Yeah, like I said, all my socials are Ryan David Menghini, Menghini. I also have my email, rydavebpe@gmail.com. Working on a website. Don't have it done yet. But
What's BP stand for?
BP was an old band, an old touring act that I was in back when I was living in Minneapolis. We toured mostly the East Coast, Midwest, and the South. Never went very far west, though.
What's the coolest gig you ever played? Did you ever open for anybody?
I think the coolest thing that happened is I played in front of like 2,000 people that were like singing my lyrics back to me, which was really cool.
That's cool.
But we were pretty decently big in Minneapolis, or not, I wouldn't say big, but we had a following, and it was just a really rad show. We've opened for bands like Emery. We've opened for a lot of metal bands, honestly.
Okay.
We were kind of like a weird one that was in the middle. We were in between. We weren't quite metal, but we weren't quite like,
Angry white boy music?
Exactly. We grew up since then, but yeah. That was the early stages of college. So
nice. Well, Ryan David Menghini, thank you for joining us tonight on KLT's Garage. And did you have something else you wanted to tell us?
Yeah, actually, I also host a podcast weekly called Sultans of Slap, where my producer and I we kind of banter about certain songs, and we elect 2 different songs, and we kind of appraise them and see if they can make it into the compendium of slap. So.
So what were the 2 most recent songs?
The 2 most recent were by this girl named Meg Myers. It's a super good song called Numb. If you ever want to check it out, it's really good.
Make Myers.
And then I did like kind of an R&B tune by this band called We Are King called Red Eye.
We'll travel into the twilight. Catch a red eye. Catch a red eye.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Interesting. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. You got what's the podcast called?
Sultans of Slap.
Sultans of Slap.
Available
Okay,
anywhere
check
you
it
get podcasts, Spotify included.
All right. Ryan David Menghini from Roscommon. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on KLT's Garage.
Thanks, Terry. Let's do it again, eh?